didn't spend and don't add and don't spend and are not aggressive enough with some of the problems that are still haunting the Cowboys today that we see play out on the field. That's the point of talking about the offseason.
I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning. And we can spend a lot of time going over zigging and zagging. One of the stupidest things I've ever done that anybody has ever analyzed is buy the Cowboys. It was an idiot that did that. So idiot things can turn into good decisions. Okay? Smart things can turn into bad decisions. The facts are that when you make one, you don't really know whether it's going to be good or not at the time. So let's just go ahead. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. You want some conversation this morning? You're getting it.
Jerry Jones here on The Fan. Jerry, are you worried about fan apathy setting in?
Well, I'm not worried about fan apathy. If you saw the letters and things I'm getting, that's the last thing from apathy. You're seeing very, very keen, intense passion about what we're not doing and concern about what we're doing. And that's the reason that I love this thing, is because you have that kind of passion. I love the passion. And I know nobody more passionate than our Dallas Cowboy fans. I'll assure you one thing, and I know you guys know it. I'm not afraid to make decisions. And I can live with anything that we're talking about as far as criticism about those decisions. What I'm going to worry about is whether those decisions can pan out in a positive way. You've got a lot of reasons why they don't. And you got a lot of teams up here looking around at some of the decisions they've made over the last few years. Just because everybody else is making bad decisions doesn't mean that justifies you making a bad decision.
You say you
so
don't.
We can go into this. I'm saying what I'm saying. Don't tell me what I'm saying.
Okay.
You listen to what I'm saying.
Jerry, why are you getting so mad at us? We're just asking you why the blowouts are happening, the historical differences at home. We're just asking about it on behalf of the fans, and you're getting real ticked off and mad at us. We're just
I'm not. Hey, can I tell you something, guys? I don't get mad at people that I can not be with if I don't want to be with. I don't get mad. You're asking me for a response, and I'm giving you a response. We got to play better, and we got to play better at specific points. No, there's no looking for stepping out here and bringing in 20 new players between now and the bye.
Good, people. It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk, right back. Like I never left. Look, I appreciate y'all, man. I really, really do. I appreciate my channel sponsor, BetUS, for sponsoring this video. Today has been a day, and I want y'all to get comfortable with this new reality of being a Cowboys fan, because presently, we're not prepared to be a winning team. From top to bottom, we just seem like a S show. Nothing seems to be going right. As you just heard, our owner and GM threatened to fire radio host that apparently he's the boss of, but he's not. He might be going crazy. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that when you hear that clip, that's why I wanted you to start with that. And that by this point in the night, you've heard it already. If you've been on Twitter or YouTube, you've heard the clip already. But just in case you hadn't, I wanted you to hear it over at Cowboys Fan Talk. We are not in a position to do anything right now, and it's the worst time for this controversy. Sometimes the best thing to happen to get news to go away is to play a game. We are 2 days removed from the worst home loss in Jerry Jones's career as owning the Cowboys. 47-9. We got curb stomped, and that's fine. No one's happy about it, but it's fine. It's our reality. It is what it is. Digest it. Let it sink in. But our owner's spiraling. He's crashing out. He's tripping out. He's wilding out. And for the first time, not the first time, but like, this might have been the first time I've seen this. He can't hide behind the quarterback. The Jones family cannot hide behind Dak Prescott hate anymore. No. As much as I love to say, Dak Prescott is the most hated player in the NFL, and at times that's very well true. Jerry Jones is becoming the most hated person in sports. Because by proxy, if we're the most known, most celebrated franchise in the world, and you're the head of it, and now you're getting public scrutiny from everybody. And when I say the national media went crazy on him today, it was amazing. It was amazing. And he deserved every bit of it. I wanted to put together a small montage of just some of the national media's thoughts. So I'm going to play that now. And I just want you to hear something that you haven't heard before. Because when you talk Cowboys, it's Dak Prescott can't get it done, or Mike McCarthy is terribly outmatched, which is true. Mike Zimmer's old, or just different things that are football related. This is football related, but it's different. It's finally calling the person responsible for the Cowboys' struggles for 30 years to the public carpet. See, you can ignore me. See, I'm a little YouTube channel. I'm going to do like, 5, 6, 7,000 views on this video. It ain't going to be crazy. Even if it's a great video, 15,000, and if it's an amazing video. And that's cute. But when you're on First Take, and First Things First, and The Herd, and The Dan Patrick Show, and Shannon Sharp's talking about you, Stephen A. Smith's talking about you, Colin Cowherd's talking about you, Nick Wright's talking about you, it starts to resonate. Because now it's national. And you deserve it. You deserve every bit of it. I'm going to play something from my channel sponsor, BetUS, where the game begins, and then I'm going to let you hear this montage, and then we're going to come back and kind of talk about the other crazy thing Jerry Jones has done. Because it ain't even stopped. After all of this stuff, he doubled down and came back with another statement. Check this out first.
Listen, it's real simple. Go to betus.com, set up a profile. It's real simple. The interface is dope. It ain't hard to do. You're going to get personalized care. Use code YouTube150. Get 150% sign-up bonus for up to $2,000. Trust me, we're going to be all right. Go to BetUS, set up your account, put a little bread on the Cowboys, or don't, or bet against the Cowboys. Either way, BetUS going to take care of you. Remember, 150% sign-up bonus, code YouTube150. Let them take care of you like they take care of me. I'll holler.
Put a man in fear for his job. I hate, I detest, I despise someone that will prey on the weak. And because Jerry Jones is in an advantageous situation, because he has the power in this situation, he would actually say that publicly. That tells me a lot about a man. That'll tell me a lot about a man that has power and would abuse that power to tell that man, I will get somebody in here to ask me favorable questions. That is absolutely that guy's
Look,
job.
defense is a mechanism when you know you're getting beat up. That's number one. You gotta fight or flight. The other thing is when you make a statement like that on the radio, you've acknowledged that you didn't do enough, right? Like, Mama, I made an A in math. No, I'm whooping your ass because of the F in English. Okay, that's the reality. But here's the other thing. This is actually macro of what goes on with the Dallas Cowboys. The problem is what we just saw right there. The owner feels responsible for the wins and losses. Now, we just had an owner in New York fire a head coach because he thought it would translate into more wins. Even though it's wrong, I'm not comparing it. But that's the problem with Jerry. These conversations impact the locker room. They impact the coaching staff. They impact the people that's actually got to go out there and do the job. And when people say that, it's always, well, the players got to make plays. We talk about culture all the time in sports. We talk about what happens predating the game that you're going to play on Sunday. What about the conversation? What's the bulletin board material? If people in the world don't think all of that stuff that Jerry says matter and sitting there like I'm the reason for the good things and also the bad thing, bro, it's a lot of people in that building that want to do a high-level job that can't because they worried about these feelings from Jerry Jones. Yeah. Not the radio people.
If you're asking questions, that's what your job is. Instead, like Jerry just threatened their jobs because they were doing their jobs. Like, how dare you question me? I don't think they're questioning maybe the totality of your ownership. They're talking about the offseason when you told everybody you were all in. They did a terrible job in the offseason. They weren't all in. And they waited. They procrastinated on a couple of those big deals, and they probably could have gotten Derrick Henry. And when we had Derrick Henry on the show, he said, you know, He thought that the Cowboys were going to reach out, and they never did.
Loss, and Jerry this morning is ripping. He's went on local media on a radio show, and he's ripping the host. It's a circus there. And I'm like, if Jera doesn't realize Jera's the problem, nothing changes. What do you think the rest of the year looks like for this franchise and going forward?
Well, listen, I was more bullish on Dallas than I think most going into the year. And part of that was because I was so pessimistic of Philly and I didn't see Washington popping like this. So I'm like, well, they're going to win the division because they win 12 games every year. Even this year, if they don't win 12, they can win 10 or 11. And I thought the lack of a running game concern was a little overwrought. I thought the run defense concern was a little overwrought. It's like, yeah, they'll be a little worse than they were last year and win 10 or 11 games. Right now, the things that were concerns going into the season have become not just concerns, but massive problems. They can't run the ball, which is impacting Dak Prescott. He's becoming more turnover prone again because defenses know all you can do to hurt us is throw the ball. And the defense, 4 straight games of getting absolutely rolled at home is an institutional problem. They have allowed more points in 4 consecutive home games than any team in 50 years in the NFL. Just a mortifying spot considering prior to that playoff game, Colin, the Cowboys had won 16 straight home games. Now they've lost 4 straight and they just get rolled in the first half of all of them. I still think because of Dak and CD and Michael will come back that they are going to be a respectable team the second half of the year. But they clearly have major structural problems, and Jerry's total refusal this offseason to go spend money seems like it has put a very hard ceiling on this team.
So after getting lambasted by the entire media, and I think this is just the beginning. Like I said, we don't play another game till San Francisco, and San Francisco might do us the biggest favor. I hate to root against my own team, but I'm starting to feel like I'm enjoying Jerry Jones spiraling and crashing out more than Cowboys wins right now because we're not presently constructed well enough to go do something for real. So what am I rooting for? The more success we have, the more Jerry Jones can sit atop in his booth and say, I'm smarter than everybody. the more we crash out and look terrible as a team, the more media and stuff's going to start pointing at him and his son and saying, what did you do to what was a 12-5 team that you should have added to, and you ignored obvious things. And now the fan base is being punished for your negligence. After the day, though, he crashed out. Then he came back and he did an interview with Diana Rossini. And it got worse. Listen, I'm going to put it on the screen. Jerry Jones owner, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones on getting angry this morning during a weekly radio interview to Diana Rossini. I don't know that I would go as far as calling the volume connotation as yelling. Okay, but the facts are that if I'm going to be grilled by the tribunal, I don't need it to be by guys I'm paying. Wow. I can't take it. I can take it from fans and take it from other people. I take a lot of pride in how fair and how much I try to work with the media. We're brothers and sisters, but I was a little frustrated there today. The wrong ones were doing the questioning. Now, if those had been real fans sitting there, or if there had been people that knew what they were talking about, football people, I might have given a different answer. He just doubled down. Hey, man, check this out. I meant what I said when I said it. That is psycho behavior. And you know who this reminds me of? There's one person it reminds me of. Al Davis. The Cowboys now have a functioning Al Davis running our organization. It's crazy. It's just crazy talk. Like, he does not do GM work. Jerry Jones is a fake GM. He's an owner and a billionaire cosplaying as a GM. He don't know what he's doing. Let's just start admitting he don't know what he's doing. He don't. And that's cool. We just need to come to terms with it. The more you come to terms with our team is ran by a crazy person, the less anger you'll get when the San Francisco 49ers stomp our head in 2 weeks. You won't be as mad. Just let it come to terms. I hate it because I'm usually in here saying, we're going to win every game because I meant it. But there's a break glass moment. And I didn't just break glass. I got my face slammed through glass the other day. I can't unsee it. I'm sorry. That's why I made an apology live stream, because I'm sorry. I feel like I've been leading y'all astray. But what I'm going to do is course correct. And now what I'm going to do is point out the deficiencies every time I get a chance to. When we play the 49ers, yes, I'm going to say I hope we win. I'm going to give you ways I think we can win. And I'm going to just pray we win. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm not going to expect to win. There's a difference. Hoping you do something and expecting to do something are two different things. And you know what? The last couple of times we played hard games, I expected to win. But we can't win when our leadership is this bad. And for you cornballs or you select few that's going to come here and say, but Dak Prescott. Listen, man, if you think that Dak Prescott, there ain't a quarterback in NFL history that can battle through this type of dysfunction. So if you just want to blame it on Dak Prescott, go sit there at the kiddie table with your crayons, wipe your drool because you slow, and you can be by yourself. The adults are going to talk about adult stuff, like the fact that you can't have success in life, at your job, at a church, anywhere, without organizational function. And we're not organized, we're not disciplined, we're not structured. We're just an old man with a lot of money playing around. And when he gets mad, he starts to threaten people's jobs. It's kind of sad. But look, it's your boy, Mr. Jerome, man. I don't know what to tell you. At some point, we're going to get back to football. But if our owner keeps crashing out every day, we're going to talk about it. Shout out to Bet US, man, for sponsoring this video. Y'all hold y'all head, man. We're going to be all right. I holla.